This story was sent to me by Abner Salant, who was enjoying his first anniversary with Joyce down in Florida. A young ventriloquist is touring Canada nightclubs, and one night he's doing a show in Chatham, Ontario. With his dummy on his knee, he starts going through the usual dumb blonde jokes. Suddenly, a blonde woman in the fourth row stands on her chair and starts shouting, "I've heard enough of your stupid blonde jokes. What makes you think you can stereotype women that way? What does the color of a person's hair have to do with their worth as a human being? It's guys like you who keep women like me from being respected at work and in the community and from reaching their full potential as a person. Because you and your kind continue to perpetuate discrimination against not only blondes, but women in general, and all in the name of humor." The embarrassed ventriloquist begins to apologize, and the blonde yells, "You stay out of this, mister. I'm talking to that rude little jerk on your knee." Definition of friendship. As the bus stopped and it was her turn to get on, a young woman became aware that her skirt was too tight to allow her leg to come up to the height of the first step of the bus. Slightly embarrassed, and with a quick smile to the bus driver, she reached behind her to unzip her skirt a little, thinking that would give her enough leeway. She tried to take the step and failed. So a little more embarrassed, she once again reached behind her to unzip her skirt a little more, and for the second time attempted to step. Once again, much to her chagrin, she could not raise her leg. With a little smile to the driver, she again reached behind to unzip a little more, and again was still unable to make the step. About this time, a large Texan, who was standing behind her, picked her up easily and placed her gently on the step of the bus. She went ballistic, turned to the would-be Samaritan and yelled, "How dare you touch my body? I don't even know who you are." The Texan smiled and drawled, "Well, ma'am, normally I would agree with you, but after you unzip my fly 3 times, studying advanced biology. The students in the biology class were taking their midterm test. The last question was, name 7 advantages of mother's milk. It's worth 70 points or none at all. One student in particular was hard put to think of the 7 advantages, but this is what he wrote. First, it is perfect formula for the child. Second, it provides immunity against several diseases. Third, it is always the right temperature. Fourth, it is inexpensive. Fifth, it bonds the child to the mother and vice versa. Sixth, it is always available as needed. And then, the student was stuck. Finally, in desperation, and just before the bell rang indicating the end of the test, he wrote the following, earning an A+. Seventh, it comes in 2 attractive, reusable containers. Because we are coming up to springtime, I thought we might want to have a little story about golf. 2 women were playing golf. One teed off and watched in horror as her ball headed directly toward a foursome of men playing the next hole. The ball hit one of the men. He immediately clasped his hands together at his groin, fell to the ground, and proceeded to roll around in agony. The woman rushed down to the man, immediately began to apologize. "Please allow me to help. I'm a physical therapist, and I know I can relieve your pain if you'd allow me." "Oh, no, I'll be fine in a few minutes. He was in obvious agony, lying in the fetal position, still clasping his hands at his groin. At her persistence, however, he finally allowed her to help. She gently took his hands away, laid them to the side, loosened his pants, and put her hands inside. And then asked, "How does that feel?" "Feels great," he replied, "but I think my thumb's still broken." Now, we did have to get around to the Irish folk, of which I am a member. Brenda O'Malley is home making dinner, as usual, when Tom Finnegan arrives at her door. "Brenda, may I come in?" he asked. "I have something to tell you." "Of course you can come in. You're always welcome." "But where's my husband?" "That's what I'm here to be telling you, Brenda. There was an accident down at the brewery." "Oh, God, no," cries Brenda. "Please don't tell me." "I must. Your husband, Shamus, is dead and gone. I'm sorry." Finally, she looked at him and said, "How did it happen to him?" "It was terrible, Brenda. He fell into a vat of Guinness, stout, and drowned." "Oh, my dear. Jesus. But you must tell me the truth, Tim. Did he at least go quickly?" "Well, Brenda, no. In fact, he got out 3 times to pee." And this one is for all of you to pay attention to. It's called Pickup Advice. Recently, I was working out in the gym when I spotted a sweet young thing on the machine nearby. I asked the trainer, "What machine should I use to impress that sweet young thing over there?" The trainer looked me up and down and said, "Try the ATM in the lobby."